It's Jack's Facts. It's time for Facts with Jack. That's me. Hi, my name is Merle K. Jackson, but you can call me Jack for short. Welcome, foolish mortals, to my little corner of the internet that I like to call Kitchen Sink Chronicles. Today marks the very first episode of incoming series, Jack's Facts. Yay! Pretty much my entire life I have learned fun facts and told them to people. It's kind of how I express affection in a way. Just this past semester it became a thing in the drama club that I'm a part of. I even got to the point where I had people picking themes. So, as I'm no longer doing that because it's the summer, I've decided it is best to continue these facts in YouTube video form. So today's theme is ravens. Edgar Allan Poe is rolling in his grave. Actually, speaking of his grave, he was actually moved at one point, so I wonder if that disturbed his ghost at all. But anyway, on to the facts. Ravens actually use hand gestures. Apparently, they make very sophisticated non-vocal signals. A study in Austria even found that ravens actually use their beaks to point out objects to other birds, just like humans do with their fingers. This was actually the first time that researchers ever encountered gestures occurring in animals that aren't primates. Ravens can completely and totally remember human faces. Ravens can imitate human speech just like parrots can. They also mimic other noises like car engines or toilets flushing. They've even been known to mimic wolves or foxes in order to attract them to carcasses that they themselves can't break. After they're done eating, the ravens get the leftovers. Ravens do some really weird things with ants. They roll around in ant hills to get ants all over them, then they chew them and rub them on their feathers. The scientific name for this is called anting. Ravens have been found in North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. They can live in many different environments, ranging from urban areas and forests to high deserts and the tundra. If you're mean to them, they will remember, and they've been known to hold grudges for up to a month after bad experiences. Ravens apparently roam around in teenage gangs. Ravens mate for life, but before that, when they're in their adolescence, they tend to pair up into teenage gangs and roam around with other teenage ravens. This is apparently super stressful, as higher levels of stress hormones have been found in adolescent unmated ravens than adult mated ones. How did they find this? Through analyzing the droppings. Yeah. There are actually multiple terms for a group of ravens, including an unkindness, a treachery, and a conspiracy. While Western cultures often see ravens as bringers of death, illness, or bad omens, ravens have been featured in mythology and cultures all over the world and can also be seen as very positive symbols. The Navajo in particular saw the raven as a bringer of light and a bird of creation. African cultures see the raven as a guide, while Chinese and Japanese cultures see it as a messenger to the gods. In Norse mythology, ravens are seen as a symbol of the mind and intelligence. Also, interestingly enough, the Irish see the raven as a symbol of warfare, while the Swedish see it as the spirits of murdered people who were not given a Christian burial. So, if you're Swedish, watch out for those ravens, you know? Okay, that's enough. White ravens are a thing that exists. Apparently, they have a pigment condition called leucism that causes them to have pale feathers and often blue eyes. How majestic. The raven population is apparently increasing dramatically, especially in the Mojave Desert. They have reported a 700% blackbird increase over the last 40 years. That's ridiculous. However, this seems to be somewhat good news since we are apparently in the middle of a bird crisis that has been going on since the 1970s in the United States, in which we have lost nearly 3 billion birds. Why? I don't know, maybe they're being replaced with cameras like the birds work for the bourgeoisie, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But the boom in raven population can actually be a bad thing considering the tortoise population that could go drastically down because of this. Apparently, desert tortoises are one of the raven's favorite snacks. And that's all the raven facts I have for you today. Oh my god, I almost forgot to tell you my favorite raven fact. So I mentioned Edgar Allan Poe at the beginning, right? Where his poem, The Raven, one of his most famous poems, is really what launched him into being well known. Well, apparently his popularity was not always the easiest on him because children apparently used to follow him in the street flapping their arms and croaking like a raven, and in order to get them to go away, he would just shout, "Nevermore!" at them until they dispersed. He was such an interesting guy. I love that. Anyway, to the outro. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more Jack's Facts, as it is a series that is starting with this first episode. Leave a comment down below with any future Jack's Facts themes that you would like to see. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, I guess. Goodbye!